Hey experiencers. Hey, I was recently in Napa and had a great conversation with a bunch of people. I'd love to share that conversation with you guys, and what came out of that is really kind of an interesting insight into why we do what we do here at Experiencers. So take a look. Hey Experiencers, I often get asked, what do we do? What are we doing out here? And it's funny, I was filming a bunch of segments here for our Napa tour and hanging out in this vineyard. And it's beautiful morning, just enough crisp in the air, and there's a bunch of guests walking around. And I just had two most amazing conversations with people. A woman that's here for an Indian wedding. If you've never seen an Indian wedding, oh, you are in for a treat. It is the most spectacular visual experience you will ever see. And was just talking about why we do what we do. Life's About Experiences is all about inspiring others to take a break. Go see the world, whether it's for us an hour and a half here to Napa, or it's halfway around the world. It's about taking a break. So I was chatting with this woman about the wedding and the history and all of the things that have to do with the wedding. And you just have these nice organic conversations when you travel. And she shared with me, I was talking about how Experiences is about stopping. We're all busy and our lives can be all consuming. But if we take a break and look through a vineyard, it's kind of cool. And she shared with me that once a year, her husband takes a 10-day retreat. And it's a meditation retreat. Now, no speaking, no nothing, it's pure meditation. Can you imagine how cool that would be to be able to find that much peace, and how challenging that would be to find enough peace in your mind to stop for 10 days? Can you imagine? How crazy is that? Another gentleman I just talked to, and he travels for work. And we were talking about travels, and while he's traveling for work, it's busy, 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 right? And even on those moments, you're running from meeting to meeting. You may be in a cool place, but you really don't get to see the place. He talked about he will take a moment on each of these trips and look around. Maybe that's just a lunch somewhere, that's one little vista, some little spot to where he can see something cool about wherever he happens to be. So think about all the business trips that you take. What have you done to stop just for 10, 15 minutes, maybe 30 an hour? Whatever it is, stop and look around. So guys, that's what Life's About Experiences is all about. It's about these little moments. Take a break, look around. I'm amazed at how many stories that we hear as we take all of these tours. One story yesterday, we had our driver for our wine tour yesterday. Mike was just an amazing soul. He went to Culinary Institute in New York, so an acclaimed chef on his own right, but realized that he was not a back of the house guy. He was a front of the house guy. He was the personality. He loved to talk, and he is kind of semi-retired and driving here in Napa Valley. Grew up here in Napa Valley, so he knows the area. But he's always amazed, as we started telling the story about Life's About Experiences, he was always amazed at how many guests come in and they're still on their phone in the car and they're doing all these wine tours. Like, guys, get off the phone. You are in Napa. Take a break. You just paid this guy to drive you around all day and you're gonna sit on the phone? You're doing it wrong. He would talk about when he would have some guests with their adult children come, and he had a guest from Spain. His two kids were from Spain, but they were educated here in the States. And he asked him, what did you learn and what's the differences? And he talked about the differences in the work level of Americans versus the work level of Europeans. Same work volume, but when you're out of office in Europe. When you're out of office in the States, okay guys, sorry, I'm having a liver replacement on Monday, but I'll only be out for about 2 hours, so I'll go ahead and check my emails as soon as I wake back up. That's the US out of office. Guys, that doesn't work. Take a break. It's okay. So it was fascinating to hear him talk about how many guests come in and do that kind of stuff. We had another great conversation over at Fontanello with our wine host. And he was telling a story about a guest came in, and he sees it all the time. They spent $8,000 on wine. And they ask, how long should I store this for? And he looked at him and he goes, you just spent $8,000 on wine. Why are you storing it? What event are you waiting for that to happen? There's one thing to invest in wine, but wine is made to be enjoyed. Drink it. There are certain times, certainly you're gonna age it, but at what point are you gonna wait? Remember, life's about experiences, is not waiting. You never know when that thing that you're waiting for may never come. So stop storing your wine and start drinking it. Guys, I'm Christopher Brown, your Chief Experiencer here at Life's About Experiences. I hope you enjoy the tour. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe below. If you haven't subscribed to the blog, the link is in the description below. I would love to have you guys follow along with us. I would love to have you share some experiences with us and share your story. Become an experiencer. Join below. I look forward to sharing more with you. Talk to you guys soon.